Hi, fourth graders. So today for science, we're going to be talking about hand washing. It seems to be kind of the most appropriate thing right now, starting our distance learning, because hand washing is so important. And I think that we learn how to wash our hands, but then we kind of start to develop bad habits, and we try to get our hands washed quickly, and we end up missing a lot of spots on our hands. So this visual video is going to kind of show you how important it is to get every single spot on your hands when we wash them. So this person put on white gloves and is going to be using black ink. The black ink is supposed to be soap, and we're going to watch as the person gets their entire hand covered in this black ink, showing that this person did not miss any areas on his or her hands. So if we watch the video right away, he put black ink on his hands. He gets the entire bottom of his hands covered in black ink. I think a lot of us, when we wash our hands, we do that. We turn the water off, we grab a paper towel, and we're on our way. But look how much is left on his hands, how much white is left on his hands. He is going to still be walking around with that bacteria and those germs. He's showing here now that he is getting in his fingers, right? Okay, so we're noticing there's some black now in between his fingers. He is getting at the top of his hands. A lot of bacteria and germs like to hang out in between our fingers, right? They like to sit there. And when we eat food and we do other things with our hands, that bacteria and germs is getting right on that stuff. Okay, so now he's starting to get the tops of his hands. We still notice there's a lot of white space left. Okay, so he's getting the tops of his hands. And then we notice, look at those tops of the fingers and the fingernails. What does our food touch? Our food does touch our fingernails. There's a lot of bacteria and germs on our fingernails. So how is he going to get those nails and the tops of the nails? He's going to do kind of like this kneading motion. Okay, so getting that in there. And then getting just those top parts that are missed. Our thumbs get missed every time we wash our hands, right? So he's starting to get those thumbs, right? Covering all those spots, okay? And then the bottoms of our nails, we can use our palms to kind of knead it and to get that bacteria out of our fingers tips. And then last but not least, your wrists. Okay, so believe it or not, your wrists get missed pretty much 99% of the time when we wash our hands, right? So those wrists need to get washed too. They can't be missed. A lot of bacteria and germs sit on our wrists. Okay, so we notice now that his hands are fully covered and he's ready to go. Okay, so when you wash your hands next time, I kind of want you to get that visual in your head, right? You're not going to be able to physically see all the spots that you missed, but if you follow those steps, you will be set to go. All right, so I am going to show you the experiment and what we're going to be using in just a minute. All right, so we are back in action. All right, so things that you're going to need, you are going to need some dish soap. Okay, looks like I need to buy some more at the store. And you're going to need a bowl of some type. And you are going to need some black pepper. Okay, so this experiment is to show you how using soap can take the germs off of your hands. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this bowl about halfway with water. All right, so I got my bowl of water, and then I am going to put some black pepper into my bowl. All right, so I'm going to open up my pepper. I'm going to cover it up. It's coming out slower than it should. Okay, so the black pepper symbolizes the germs, okay? The germs that are on our hands, okay? And to show that is I will take my finger that has not been washed. Well, it has been, but not recently, okay? It hasn't been washed, and I'm going to show you what happens when I stick my finger into the bowl. My finger is covered in germs, right? Gross, okay? So I'm going to show you what happens when I cover my finger in soap. Okay, so I'm going to wash this off. All right, so I'm going to take some Dawn soap. Doesn't matter what soap you have, but I'm going to cover my finger in soap. Okay, so it's covered in soap. I want you to watch what happens when I stick this clean finger into the bowl. The pepper flies away, right? It's running away from that clean finger. Okay, so this is a very easy experiment. I want you to try it at home if you have your parents' permission. And then if you would like to, you can always record you doing the experiment and send it to me. I would love it. Otherwise, have fun and happy learning, and I'll hear from you soon. All right, bye bye.